Alright, so this week we're looking at ethnicity and diversity. This is one of my favorite topics, and I know we've been approaching this the entire semester, but this week we're going to really look at it specifically through a couple of readings, and then through what is a fun movie. It does have subtitles. And ethnicity here is not so much the focus of the movie as it is the lens of the movie, because this is a Taiwanese movie, and so a lot of the food meaning is going to be Taiwanese food, so it's marking them. This movie was actually remade as soul food and then tortilla soup. So it was made in different ethnic groups after the original was made, which I just kind of find interesting. So as you're looking through this movie, what you're going to be doing is looking for markers of ethnicity or culture or nationality. How the food is linked to the people who I feel most connected to. I actually don't like using the word race, because race is a construct. It's something we made up. Basically, white-colored people in Canada would be very far removed from white-colored people in, say, northern Iran. But their skin color might be actually the same. Or you could think of Afghanistan or some places like that. So the skin color might be the same, but ethnically, those two people are widely different. Same thing, I could pick a black-colored person in Kenya and compare them to a black-colored person in Australia. Those people actually are wildly divergent, and to say that they're the same based on the color of their skin really disrespects and disregards reality. So instead, I like to think about ethnicity. Ethnicity does have kind of the biological, genetic idea, but then it also brings in concepts such as culture, language, religion, all of these things that make an Italian an Italian, and how that might be different from someone who is Spanish. So some things are going to be the same, but some things are going to be different. And food can be an ethnic marker along those things. Food can both mark ethnicity and nationality, but it can help sustain ethnicity and nationality. I am Italian, and growing up we ate a lot of pasta. And we still eat a lot of Italian foods, and those did not come out of jars. There was a certain way that we made those things. So when you're thinking about, I like the readings a lot here because they're going to make you think about how we preserve ethnicity and what we mean by some of these things. What is Mexican food? And so you're going to be doing some questions on that. And then this week I also want you to think of a food marker that is part of a specific culture, and that culture could be ethnic, it could be religious, it could be just cultural or nationality based. The German food, you could research the sausage. I want you to think of one food or one food system. People have gotten confused with that in the past. I want this to be specific, and I want you to link that food to its meaning for that culture, or to its history in that culture. So I do want you being specific. I do want you telling me a little bit about the culture and how this food or food system fits into that. But I still want you to be brief. You are going to go out and get one source for this, and I'd like to see you cite it correctly. There are only 15 points in each of these short writings, so your grades tend to, if you make a couple mistakes, your grades go down, but don't get worried about that, because both of these papers together are only worth 10%, and what I'm really trying to do is give you a little bit of a sense of how I grade, what I'm looking for in terms of you actually responding to the assignment, and then making sure you can cite everything correctly, so that when we get to the final paper, we're not dealing with any of these kind of household issues, so that you can get a nice strong grade for your ideas on the final paper. Alright. Hopefully that helps you in terms of this week, and I talked too long again. Sorry.